What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to Rebel Rescue with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today we're going to be taking on Valmeria in the second leg of the second qualifying knockout round of the Champions League. And I'm going to give you an update on the many transfers that we have done in the summer window. We've had 29 players leave, and I think it was 9 come in. So busy summer, which was unexpected. But I didn't show you the first knockout round because there was no point. So I'll update you on how we've been getting on since we were here last in just a second. But do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so as I said in the intro, we're taking on Valmeria and we're going to have a look at the transfers we have done. Valmeria, Latvian champions. But we've already beaten them 4-1 from the first leg. Just want to show you a game because I don't want to leave it too long in between. Next round is going to be Cluj or Fervar, depending on who decides to score a goal in that one. I'll give you a quick update on how the results have gone. The last game we saw was the 3-1 victory against Dundalk. We then went and beat Waterford 5-0 in the Munster Senior Cup final. We had a ridiculous amount of players who were off on international duty. So as you can see, Alton started the game. He was in the under-19s. So that'll let you know just how far down we had to go. Then we beat Waterford in the league. Quite comfortable. Didn't bother with any friendlies because our players were all on international duty. And there was no need really to be putting my players under any pressure. Then we beat UCD 6-1. Very comfortable. And then we played against Albanian champions. Partizani. Beat them 8-0 at home. Very easy game. Beat Shamrock Rovers 8-3 at home. Shamrock Rovers were actually pretty good for the fact that they conceded 8. And then we went to Albania, 1-5-1. Comfortable. Then against Sligo, we beat them 6-1. Again, comfortable game. In the first leg, John Nugent scored a brace. Onofriti scored a brace, which was fantastic. And we played Morview United in the most recent game. Huang and Onofriti both scoring hat-tricks. But there is players in the goal-scoring realm that you've never heard of before. So we'll have a quick look at what is currently going on. We have nothing coming in other than Norales, who I think made his Honduran under-20... Yeah, he made his under-23 debut recently. So he looks like he's going to be a pretty tasty prospect. 375,000 looks a bargain. Peter Fitzgerald is off to Bowes on a free transfer at the end of his contract, so that's unfortunate. You'll see that Charlie Setford is there. He has actually left us, but only on loan. So the players that have come in, as I said, there is 9 of them. Dan Firstlang, I think I told you about him already. He's gone out on loan to St. Pat's, because I did tell him that we would loan him. Mira Magic isn't actually his name. I've nicknamed him because I think it'd be easier. Goalkeeper, we're paying 4,000 to. Our star player has 3.5 star current ability, 5-star potential, Bosnian under-21 international at the age of 19. Looked fantastic. I think we paid, it was like 85,000, plus there's some sell-on at some point. I think there's like a 20% sell-on. We went and offered him a contract originally, and it was 5 million compensation that would have to be paid to them. So I was like, hey, do you want money for him? And they were like 85,000. And I was like, yes, please. So he's come in, he's played a couple of games. He's been decent. He doesn't speak English yet. Kareem Andrews, £1 million from Anderlecht, has been pretty decent. I think 2-star with 4-star potential is a little bit on the low side. I think this guy has bags of potential. From what I've seen, he looks fantastic. So he's been pretty good. He's come in, just played decently well. Cameron Clibbins is a player I don't really want to talk about. I kind of signed him in a bit of a panic because I didn't think we'd have any central midfielders. He's primarily a central midfielder. Says he wants to be a striker, but he's actually more of a central midfielder. He's gone on loan to Sligo, so nobody is going to worry about him. Willie Kambwala has come in and just been a rock at our central defence for reasons you will find out in a hot second. Paid nothing from, as you can see, Yannick Jean. You'd be like, oh, I recognise him. Yeah, he left to Liverpool for $500,000 because that's what his release clause was. So he left and then instantly came back. Not playing as much football currently because he's not our player anymore. And then my director of football kind of went a bit buck wild. I managed to catch a few of the offers he was making. Not all of them, no. Nathan Mooney came in on a free, released by Brighton. I'm not too fussed. He's gone off to Athlone to get a bit of first team football. Hopefully he comes back a better player. Luke Rumble, another one that my director of football snuck in when I wasn't looking. 160,000, potentially rising to 230,000. Played against Moorview. I saw absolutely nothing. So that's fantastic. And Colin Mccabe came in on deadline day. Again, don't know how he got this guy past me. From Bromley, 130,000. Playing in Valmeria National. So that is all the players that we've brought in. You might be able to see. Oh, we've got it set to the highest. Right, so you knew about Jacob Ryan leaving for Hull. Hasn't played for Hull yet. Kind of disappointed he left, but you know, what can you do? Atienza, I'm sure he's gone to the second team. He has PSG's second team. Can't see him ever getting a game for them. Clement Gauthier has gone to Le Havre for $500,000. As did Yannick Jean. They both had release clauses in their contracts, so that is unfortunate. Unai Imaz, I don't think he ever actually played for No, he did not play for us. He has gone to Legrones for just under 11k. Alton's gone to Unterfrang along with Nick Schindler for a combined value of 38,000. Murta and Luque both went to Bose on a end of contract deal. He's actually gone and played twice and scored twice for them. I had no idea. Luque has played twice and scored once. Okay, so Luque, he's exceptional finishing, just can't do anything else. Gregoire Olivier has left on a free because he's never going to get first team football for us. And then Dan Duca left, which was super disappointing. But we got 1.7 million for him. I think that was an amount we agreed with him, which I was pretty happy with. They came straight in. They offered 1.1 million. I was like, give me 1.7, you can take him. They were like, yeah, not a problem. And I then went, fuck, I should have asked for more. Which was unfortunate. Adam Marola left for Lincoln. Slightly disappointing. Handy backup left back, but he wanted to leave. Jack Henry Francis complained about not getting enough first team football, so Bristol Rovers came in. I think Sunderland offered us a player exchange, but it would have cost us more money because Jack Henry Francis was on less than $1,000, and the guy they were trying to swap with us wanted 5,000 a week to be an emergency backup player. No, thank you. Cahill Heffernan and Salcedo both gone out on loan. Gail Misa wanted to leave the club, even though he was having an exceptional season for us. He played 4 and scored 5 in the league. 8 games, 7 goals for us in total. He's going to play in the Spanish Federation 1B, whatever that means. Peter Ryan's also left. Go to Waterford, the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, too many good goalkeepers came in above him. Chris Riley left, even though he was leaving on a free, as did Michael Clark. The two of them ended contracts. For some reason, Derry and Dundalk offered us money for them, so that was fine. Charlie Setford, who was our number 1 goalkeeper last year in the Champions League, played 11 times in the Champions League and the Europa League, has now gone to play in the Valmeria National North, having only played 1 game this season for us. He just signed a new 2-year contract, so we're not going to worry too much about him. Ono Sene's also got on loan. Derek Sullivan's gone out on loan, and then a bunch of other random players. Wagner came back from his loan in Hungary. He's gone straight back out again. I think he just needs a little bit more time to get going, and everything will be fine. But we are going to start the game. Again, as I said, things have been fine. Fantastic. Fitzgerald is almost back from his injury. 3 more weeks, and we'll have him back. Colin Whelan is no longer upset, and we've offered him a contract. So he'll no longer be surplus to our requirements. We're going to keep him at the club, just because he's pretty good at the old football. So 8 changes from the last game. We did heavily rotate for Merview, because there's no point in us playing a strong first team against Merview United, because their best players couldn't play for them because they're our players. So we didn't have to worry. So I'm not expecting an awful lot out of Valmeria today. We are on an absolute domination of a run of form. So I would imagine it's going to be quite comfortable. It is 4-1 from the first leg. If their goalkeeper is going to have butterfingers like that, then I'm pretty sure we're going to smash it. That goalkeeper wasn't actually the goalkeeper in for the first leg. He had an injury. I think it was an injury. But it was this guy, Ozlos, who started. They actually were pretty good in the first leg, I have to say. It 4-1 sounds like they were pretty bad. They actually played decently well. Like, they made the team work for it. We struggled for the first 70 minutes. We only scored one. It was 1-1. And I had a couple of screams at them. And then they were like, oh yeah, I don't know, actually, we'll start playing football. But we did make a bunch of changes, and it kind of worked. And Friti just absolutely smashes it past the keeper, but it is unfortunately offside. And there is technology in the Champions League, and he is a decent amount offside. It's not ideal. That would have really helped his rating, but unfortunately, not to be. There's an interesting game in the Champions playoff thing, the other side of it that we can play some of the teams. Celtic and Basel played out a rather interesting first leg, shall we say. It was 4-3. Huang, doesn't get a good enough touch on that, and it's gone wide. Carlsberg, for some reason, is very deep. For an inside forward on attack, he is basically playing at left back. Nugent does get the ball, whips it across. Friti hits the cross or the post. That's unfortunate. We also had a really hard time against Merview United. I always talk about, like, when the media ask me, they're like, hey, your players, are they going to have a hard time getting motivated? I'm like, no. And then they just struggle a little bit for the first half, and then they come in and I'm like, hey, you, stop being bad at football. And they're like, okay. Martin Bagala is having a bit of a mare. We'll take him off and we'll swap Ormeno and Andrews around. Andrews actually wants to be a playmaker. Can you 15, 14, 13? 17, 12, 13. I think Ormeno no, we'll leave Andrews be the playmaker. Ormeno can just be in a Mazzella. That'll be the only change we make for now. Just give a Kareem Andrews, who I thought was English, actually Belgian. He's super Belgian, just Belgian all day. Nugent is back defending. And when I say defending, I mean he looked like he just kind of punched the Valmeria player out of the way. Friti whips it across. Unfortunately, it's overhit. But Quigley, who has been exceptional in his training recently. Like, he's got so many, like, up arrows. It is fantastic to see. Quigley, as mentioned, comes in. Unfortunately, that cross isn't great. I think my next port of call for fixing. Oh, Carlsberg, beautiful goal. The next position I think that needs a big revamp is probably left back. Vincent Day isn't progressing an awful lot. He's horrendous at crossing. His technical ability is terrible. Physically, he's a fantastic specimen. Mentally, he's not great either. So he's a bit of a kind of player the whole way around. Thankfully, Huang comes through, but that's a really good save by the goalkeeper. Well done. Well done, Mr. Latvian goalkeeper. Carlsberg with the corner. Can't find any of our players. Nugent, our absolute monster of a man, who I think, if things keep going as they are, is going to unfortunately end up as the second top goal scorer in the league again. So he's just going to go from being behind Colin Whelan to being in the same team as Colin Whelan, being ahead of Colin Whelan in the pecking order, and still managing to finish second in the scoring charts behind a Cork City striker. So, but he's played less games. And when Vestergaard comes back, I'm not sure who I'm dropping. Because Nugent has been fantastic. Speaking of, lays it on for Onofriti with a beautiful little bit of unselfish play. Could have easily just slot that past the keeper. They're right back. Not having a great time. To be fair, Carlsberg and Nugent are playing quite well. But I might might make some substitutions in the not too distant future. Just let my players have a small bit of rest. Because even though I did rest the majority of them for the first leg, or for the Merview game, we do have more important games coming up. Hoang does step up to take the penalty. It's easily saved, and he's put it in. It didn't look like that actually crossed the line. Be interesting to see. Hoang does get a touch on it. Just crossed the line, but he ran away. He knew. He was like, "We're done, boys. We're done. This is not a bother." They have a free kick. I thought there was potential updates on the scores down below. There isn't. Colin Whelan's going to come on for Nugent. And who do I have on the bench that I want to bring on? Derek Hall can come on for Kambwala. Ryan Coleman is going to move over to play the left-sided centre-back because he is pretty strong playing at left-sided centre-back. And I'm bringing Kambwala off because he is on a booking. Do not want him getting sent off. Their goalkeeper is having a fantastic game. 7.6. That's a respectable amount. He's playing better than 7.6. Our goalkeeper 6.8. He's only had 4 shots to save though. He's had 6 attempts struck in his general direction that might have ended up with him having to do something. So yeah. But update on Sean Fogarty. You might remember I was talking about how Liverpool were interested in him. Then Chelsea, Man City, and Man United came in with interest for him as well. Liverpool signed some random old English goalkeeper that I've never heard of. Chelsea signed, again, just another random dude. I don't remember who it was. And Man City signed a player that we almost signed, I think it was last year or the year before. So, Man City just taking the stuff that we didn't want. It was a guy from Accrington Stanley. I'm pretty sure it was Accrington. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see because Sean Fogarty could have been that guy who got to play for one of the big 4 in England, but unfortunately for him, still currently here. Does have interest in Man United still, because they only have De Gea, who's I think 37, and Caoimhín Kelleher is their backup goalkeeper. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But that is where we're going to leave it. I didn't actually see who we're playing in the next round, but that will be the next episode. So do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below which of the 2 teams, if you saw who it was, do you think we're going to be playing, or do you know who we're playing? And hit the bell so you know when I upload, because that makes a difference for some reason. Thank you so much for watching, fellas. Do of course make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, as I said, and I'll catch you in the next one.